Okay, hi guys, it's just me and anyone else that I shared this video with. We're doing the last class here with advanced tools on the little old lady method of investment for the medium and short term. This class is going to consist of showing you some cool techniques that you can use to help you find the bottom and basically find the best places to put your buy orders so that you can maximize the amount of money you earn. So if you're watching this, of course, right, you know, I'm not recommending that you buy anything. If you choose to buy any of the cryptocurrencies, that's up to you, right? If you lose money on this, don't point the finger at me. You make your own choices, and I'm sure if you do this right, you'll make money, but you know, I can't guarantee that, of course. So that's just to let you know. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about, right, is like market structure, right, finding the bottom, right, projecting how high price might go, and reading the Willie and the RSI indicators, right, and a review of key things to remember in today's class. So today's class is probably going to be really short, but you'll have a lot of information that you can use to help you plan your buy orders at the end of the day, and where you could expect the price to go and how much money you could possibly make. All right. Moving to market structure. Market structure for a little old lady investor was looking for price, right, to create higher highs and higher lows, right? We've already discussed this in the other class, the previous class, and it basically forms a W-ish pattern in the price. And you can see in this example here that I've given, right, there's a nice W pattern. Whoops, darn. I hate it when that does that. There's a nice W pattern right here that's forming, right, and then the price just takes off from there. Once it actually breaks this last top here in the W, right, then you know it's taken off, poof, to the moon, right? So, but the key thing to remember is that the see, this V of the W has to be lower than this V of the W right here. So this V of the W is a little bit higher. So, you know, higher lows. This is the higher lows and higher highs makes for you know, a bull market. So this is why you're looking for this kind of pattern. Not here. I'm going to show you it on the charts here. We can see a nice W, right, forming in Bitcoins that formed right here. Nice W pattern, right? We can see it here. I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit better so it's clearer. Right around when, you know, after the price just tanked from $2,600 down to here tonight, almost, wow, look at that, almost $1,850. So let's get rid of these this volume indicator so we can see it a little better. There we go. So it tanked at what, 18, almost, yeah, 1850, and then it created a nice little W pattern and away it went, right? So if you were to trade this, which you're not doing, right, you would be actually setting your buy order here, right? Oh no, right about here, and you know, you take a stop loss down here, but we're not doing that kind of trading, so we shouldn't really worry about that. But that helps you to indicate that the market's taking off. And for you guys, right, for the little old lady people, of course, what you do is draw your fibs, right, and hope for the market to come down here to the 61.8. Doesn't always happen, so you just have to just let it go. But sometimes when it does, you know, you get bonus points because you get to ride the market all the way up. So that's basically what you're looking for in patterns for the market. So also works the opposite direction, of course, right? You can see there's a nice M pattern here. I'm gonna use this brush, right? You can see the M pattern form here, right? But you know, it didn't go that far down, but you can see it did continue down after it created that M pattern. So you can look for that kind of patterns, right, in the market to help you decide whether or not to sell, or whether or not to buy if you're going looking for W's. Right? So W's right here. Right here, W. Ooh, W. Ooh. W for the win. Love the W's. W's everywhere. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at a random sample for some W's in the market, just so you guys can get the hang of it. And I swear to God, I gotta turn these things off. Alrighty, let's take a look here. I'm gonna click on this one. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Let's go to the daily, since you know we're looking at the daily. That's what the little white lady's interested in. And you can see here, well, this is not really quite a good example of a W. Let me close that volume. Right, so this does not count as a W. So if you see this, even though the market is going up here, this is not a W, right? That doesn't count. But what does count is, you can see right here, W, 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 W Bush, right? So you can like see that, hey, wait a minute, this thing's taken off. So you can draw your fibs once it passes the top here, right? You can draw your fibs because it passed the top, right? Whether you can draw the fib here or here, and then you wait to buy. And look at that, you got in. Even if you drew it up here, you got in on the 78.6, right? And that's how you would like catch markets that are about to take off, right? It doesn't always work, because nothing is 100% foolproof. But the little lady strategy is very forgiving. Even if this thing just continued tanking, eventually all you do is you set your half on double, maybe you buy some more at the bottom here, whatever. And then you know, eventually the little lady pays off every single time, because all she's doing is selling half on a double. So she's gonna she buys here, and her sell order is, oh, look at that, she would have gotten herself a double on this coin right here. There you go. So this stuff does work, right? Let's take another example. I don't know. Bat. I like Bata. Let's see here. There we go. It's not quite clean, but you can see a lot of gaps in this market. So you know the market, if you watch the other shows, you know the market's going to come down and fill these gaps here. So if you wanted to buy this coin, I'm not recommending that you do or not. That's totally up to you. But if you do want to buy it, I would suggest you buy it down here, where there's a gap. And balls to donuts, we can see that. Yep, there we go. This is the reload zone. This is where you would go in and buy this coin. Anywhere in here is a safe buy, right? So if you set your buy order right about here, that's okay. If you set it down here, that's okay. But I think this is where you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get filled, because it's probably even the halfway point. If we click on our fibs tool here and click on the halfway point, we can see if it is the halfway point. Yes, it is. There you go. So it's a nice, safe area to place your buy order if you're interested. You know what? I'm just going to do exactly that. 0.001. I'm going to buy a little bit of this coin here. He does not have permission. Oh, I forgot to change my keys. All right, I'll go ahead and do that later. So, you can see there's a little bit of a W here. Look at this. Look at that. There's a nice W. Right here. Oops, that's terrible. Let's do that. There's a W here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice W. Let's see, is there any other W's that we can see? Yeah, you could call this one a W right here. Whoop, 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 whoop. As well. Right? And if you're not really sure, actually, you could always switch to a line chart to help you out. You can see, if we clear some of these things, it's a lot better. You can see this W that's here, right here. It's a lot easier to see. That I didn't see. There's a W, a little W here, right? Don't see any others, but you can see that it's a lot easier with a line chart if you wanted to do that. Also, another way to find W's is, okay, let's go to another chart. Let me go back to the candle. Oops. Candlestick charts. Lines, candles, blah. Let's go to another chart. Go right ahead. Alright. DJB. Right. If we switch to weekly W's are very powerful. There's not a good W there. No, not a good W's. No good W's there. Let's try another coin. No, let's just V bottom down. How about this one? Yeah, it's not like you're gonna find them in every single coin, but once you find them, they're very, very powerful. Is this going to work? Is this gonna load? Okay, there's not much data on that one. Let's go to dope. I want some dope coin. Oh, look at that. There's a nice W right there. There's a weekly W. Ooh, nice, beautiful. So you can see, whoop, whoop, whoop. A nice weekly W showing that, hey, this thing is about to go off and pop it, right? And yeah, you're supposed to just set your fibs and hope to God that it actually gets you in, right? This one, I think, yeah, just barely gets you in. There you go. It got you in, right, by setting your fibs, right, at that level, and boom, there you go. You got a fill right here at the 61.8, and whoosh, look at all that payday. Amazing. This stuff works. This stuff really works. So there's an example of one way of finding good buys and when to buy, even when the market has taken off a little bit, right? And that's a little bit of an advanced tool that you technique you can use. Now, the next thing we're going to show you is how to use the 200 moving day average to get your buy orders. Just saying goodbye to Indira there. You want to say hi to everybody? Come on in the camera. I don't know if you know Indira. Here,
hello.
Yeah, she's joined me here in my office. You're gonna have to go down because they can't see you.
All right.
A little bit lower, little bit lower, little bit lower. There you go.
Hello. It's cold here.
Yes. She's leaving now, so ciao.
Ciao.
See you tomorrow. So, all right. Well, moving on to the 200-day moving averages and using them for determining when to buy. Now, the best way to use these 200-day moving averages when you see a very long downtrend in market, and it's just constantly just going down, and it's always below the 200-day moving average for a very long time. might touch it. If it just touches, so for example, from here, it touches it, but it doesn't break out. Touches it, doesn't break out. What you could do for this is like, again, set your fibs, wait for it to break out, and break through this 200 and close. Have a daily close, right above. That's dailies. So a daily close. So notice if we zoom in on this area, the market opened and closed above there, and the daily candle has to stay above. At least one candle has to stay above the 200-day moving average. Brown line is the 200-day moving average, and if it does, right, you set your fibs, and you let it go. You try to get in on that action. So if you do, set the fibs here. Look at that. Look at that. Kaboom. I want to clean this up a bit. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Okay, you set your fibs, and you can see you got in on not only just the 61.8, but also on the 78.6. Let me zoom in on that so you can see that a little better, or we can just go down to a shorter time frame. Let's do the 4 hour. Ooh, that's ugly. Where is it? There it is. Let's zoom out. Oh darn. It's way over here. Couldn't get to the auto scale. There we go. Sweet. As you can see, right, this was the top that we drew. And as you can see, as we zoom in here, that you could have gotten the fill at the 61.8 and the 78.6. If you're looking at the daily chart, you saw the 200. This is the 200 period move average for 4 hours. So don't get it confused, right? This is not the daily 200-day moving average. So I switched the time frame to the 4 hours so that we can see it better. You can see clearly that. If I just add the extended lines, that we could have bought in at any of these points, and look at what we get in return for our efforts. Ugh. Auto scale. Bastard. Kaboom. I mean, all serious amounts of doubles here. Right? And even when the market gets away, let's say you missed this, you're like, darn, wish I saw this, right? And you know, maybe you didn't get in here, you didn't set your fibs and get in here, because you can see you could have gotten in, right? You could have even gotten in here and still gotten paid. Set your fibs, and boom, away you go. Could have gotten paid. Here, too many fibs on the screen. Let me just get rid of some of them. And boom, there you go. Any of these would have gotten you payday. Payday. It's payday. Alrighty then. Right? Now this is called bottom fishing, right? And it can be dangerous, right? What you're usually supposed to do is actually set your buy order to the exact bottom of the last candlestick. I generally go to usually go to my fibs. Sometimes I do, if I feel like it's a crappy coin, I probably would have like If I saw this happening, I probably would have set my buy order way at the bottom and not gotten filled, and have been all pissed off, really, if I did see this happening. So I would have just probably set my buy order way down here. Here, let me just show you an example. I would have probably did this 0.001. Right. Where is my? Okay, because it's too high. 0. How many zeros? 0. There we go. I probably would have put my buy order right here at the body candlestick right there, and it probably wouldn't have got paid off. But it does work. Let's see if we can find another example where you are going to bottom fish, right? And that's one way of picking the best coins, and picking up coins on the cheaps and making yourself a lot of money. Let me think here. I wonder how Start coin has been on a terrible downturn, I remember. And let's see here. Alrighty, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's past the 200-day moving average, right? Basically, if you really want to, you can like set, because it just passed it, you could either do the fib thing, or you could set a buy order here and set a buy order here, because sometimes this market really comes back and retests these bottoms, and in a like somebody's panic dumping this stuff, right? Because they finally, like, markets moved up and they just want to get out, because this thing has just been brutal. This doesn't show a good, well, it should. There we go. There's more data coming in. This thing has just been absolutely brutal to anyone who bought a way up here. I mean, they have felt some serious pain all the way down. So chances are someone's gonna, like, oh, I see a little bit of hope, I'm gonna dump all my coins, and might dump the coins all the way down to these prices. So it behooves you to put some what we call stink bids down here, which is even below your fib levels, of course. But that's up to you, right? Because you can see it's way below the fibs. And of course, you can also draw the fibs here as well. But that's I would recommend you take the absolute bottom for your fibs and place your orders here, anywhere in here, for this particular coin, because this is the first pop. And did it do a nice W? No, it did not. So we could possibly, it's a possibility we could see a revisit down here. Are there any gaps? Yes, there are. Look at that. So the market really wants to come back down here to fill this gap. So if anything, right, if you don't want to do some bottom fishing and set a buy order here, right, you can set the buy order in this area as well and see what you can get. Alrighty, so that's some bottom fishing for you. That's how you pick the really low bottoms, the really stink bids. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, and this thing's crashed, trying to connect. I've been disconnected from the internet. How is that possible? Okay, there we go. Now, oops. Projecting how high price can go. Now that's the fun part, right? Because like you're thinking, wow, this is cool. I want to see where price can go so I can make some money. How much money I'm going to make? Oh, come on. Well, first off, it's not a guarantee, of course. But chances are, right, if we go, let's take a look at Dash here. There's two ways to check to see where price can go. Ooh, what's going on here? Okay. You can use the same chart, right, and you draw it. Here, I'm going to draw it again for you. You draw from the bottom here to the top there, right? And notice the 61.8 is upside down, right? Usually we're looking at it at the bottom. That is a good, the 61.8 and 78.6 are levels that indicate, hey, you know what, that's a top of a market. Because markets like to range, like I've said in the previous video, market likes to range like this. For 80% of the time. And you can see it did exactly that. Between here and here, it just slowly for a very, very long time before it actually trends. This is a trend. We're now in the trending market here. We're no longer in the trending market actually phase here. We're probably in the ranging phase now. So for this thing, for Dash, we're in the trending phase, so I would not be surprised if Dash comes up to here, right? If it cannot go down to this level here, it might try to come all the way up here, get everybody excited, go, yo, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon, and go right down to here. So I would not be surprised if that happens. And that's just part of the trending market. I mean, sorry, ranging market. Right? A trending market, right, of course, you know, is a market that's going this way. Oops. Tool got in my way. Alright, trending market is going like this. Oh, come on. Go away. Again. Like so. There we go. Going up. And of course, trending down. So, ranging, markets like to range for a very, very long time and trend for a very short time. Very short time. So, this way we can see that the market, if you were trading this, if you were little old ladying this, you can see that, hey, you know what, market's going to probably top out here on the 61.8 along this line. And so that's one way. If you were like looking at this from way back here, right, you could have predicted, okay, well, the market's going to come back down. I'm going to buy at the 61.8, right? So let's just do that. Let me just erase this particular fib level. Goodbye. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Oh, because we're on the drawing tools. Okay. I'm gonna erase that. Let's do this again. From here to here. Right? So notice I didn't draw from here to there. Right? It's from the top to the previous bottom. Right? Not in the future, but in the past. Right? So don't get confused, right? Because I've showed you how to do this fib chart many times. So this is the one that you should be concerned about, right? And not worried about this other one that I'm showing you now. But it's just to indicate where price can go. So let's just say you're a buyer down here in the fib levels. Really, let's see here. Let's add the study. Did not do anything. Okay. So I wanted to see the 200 moving average, but I think because I saved it in a different place. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Really, you could have bought here, you could have bought there, and you would have been suffered a little bit of pain, right? 2,400, yeah, but you still would have gotten paid 2,600, yeah, 2,600, right there. You would have gotten paid, even if you bought here. You definitely would have gotten paid if you bought here as well. So it doesn't matter if you didn't get the absolute bottom, you still would have gotten paid. And you can see how far it would have went, where it's going to go, right, by doing this. And you can say, okay, well, you know what, it should head up to the 61.8 here, going the other way, right? As the markets, you can see the market's turned and trended upwards, right, going higher. But in a longer term, it's in a bigger range. So you could have said, okay, well, I believe this market's going to trend for a very long time, and as it comes down, I'm going to buy. As it goes up, I'm going to sell. Buy, sell. And you can see that's exactly what could have made some serious money, back and forth, as it just ranges in this area. Now, if it breaks this trend, right, how far is it going to go over? Well, to do that, all you have to do is add in a few of these, what we call extensions. Now, I want to explain these extensions, but you know what? They're a little bit overly complicated, and they're not really necessary unless you're doing day trading. Now that I realize it, so I'm just going to use these extensions, right? And this is the double, the triple, and the quadruple. And you could pretty much anticipate a market will go 4x after it breaks a long-term range. This is actually what we call the Amanda's apartment. Amanda B is a person who used to do cryptocurrency news brief, but then she moved over to Dash, and she's now doing news stories for Dash, and she's doing very well. So we call this Amanda B's apartment, right? This is Satoshi's house, right? This is I forget what it was called, but anyways, we're just joking around with these things, right? And we made a joke and called this Amanda B's apartment. This is where we want to be. We want to be in Amanda's apartment, penthouse suite, right? And so this is, you can see that the market went even a little bit further than the 4x level. So that's another way of determining how far the market's going to go up, and whenever you're looking at a chart. Also, another thing you should look at is, is obviously to look at the last price. But if it's like something like this, let's see here. LBC. Obviously, you wouldn't care about, LBC is a good example that you wouldn't really care about the 4x part because it's just a new coin. But what you're looking at is this. Look at this. It went flatline for a very long time. And if we just do a fib from the bottom to the top, well, you know what, these things are in my way, so I'm just going to guesstimate the top because it really doesn't matter. I mean, Jesus Christ, just to hit the 61.8, which is a good level to hit, or even just the 38.2, which is called the first stop target. Jesus Christ, anywhere you buy down here, you're gonna make a shit ton of money as this thing friggin' tries to make its way back up here. So I mean, that's a huge indicator of, hey, this thing is gonna get me paid in full, right? It's not guaranteed, of course, but I would bet dollars to donuts that this is coming up here at least a here before it comes back down, and then another time come back up to here, and then come back down, and then another time maybe to 78.6. So between that's a lot of like payday of buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Of course, you're buying down and selling up, buying down, selling up. That's what you're doing. You're not going to be buying at the top. So those are the examples of how to basically find out where the market's going to go. Now, to close off, let's review some of the things that you guys should be doing. And one of the key things you need to know and need to do at every single point in time, even if you make a mistake, it's still okay, just as long as you never, ever, never, never, ever spend more than 5% of your portfolio on any one cryptocurrency. If you do that, you'll always come back and do well. Even if it goes to that particular currency that you thought, oh my God, this is going to the moon, going to the moon, going to the moon. I'm putting everything. You're going to put the everything is only 5%, not more. So even if that 5% goes out, what gets wiped out, doesn't matter. All the rest of the coins will make you some serious cash. Do not top call, right? I've done that so many times. It's not funny, and I've gotten burned, right? You don't know where the top's going to be. You could think that Forex is going to be the top, but sometimes, not often, sometimes, it just keeps on going. Very few times of that. I've only seen that happen like twice since I've been watching this market. But but in those times, right? Those times, right? You just never know. So you always just keep sell half on a double, sell half on a double. Now you could think, okay, well, you know what? This is the first time it's come to the 61.8. I'm going to sell everything and then buy it back. You never know; it might break out and do the Amanda's apartment. Who knows? You can't top call, right? And don't sell everything thinking one price is the end and that's it. Just sell half on a double and be happy, because you'll always have the coin. You'll always be making money on that coin as it continues to go up. And if it goes to zero, once you've made back your money, who cares? Once you sold your first double, you've already gotten your money back. Forget about it. Play from a position of strength, meaning that you're always buying low. Do not buy markets at the top. You draw your fibs, you buy at the bottom. You buy at 61.8 or 78.6, you start doing some bottom fishing. And be patient, most of all, be patient, right? This takes a long time. When I first started, the first 3 months, I didn't do anything. I didn't see anything happening. I mean, my portfolio was moving a little bit up and down, and wasn't losing too much, wasn't gaining too much either, and nothing was really happening for a very long time. But then all of a sudden, I started selling half on a double, making money hand over fist, really quickly. But you just have to wait. You have to wait your turn. This might take some time, but I guarantee you by come next March, next February and March, right, you will be in the money big time. Can't guarantee that, of course, but I'm betting that you will be. Now, the season, this stuff is actually seasonality, and the summertime is also a good time to make some money as well. So you can catch some doubles going into the summer time in North America, of course. It's winter here. That's how the market is here. That's how cryptocurrencies work, because the kids, once they get off school, right, they steal their parents' money and start buying a whole bunch of crypto and rise up the price. So that's generally why we see price movements in summertime. And then in the winter, it's actually the adults, like they're coming into play, and they're losing their money. The kids' college funds. Alrighty then. All right. Another thing to do, right? Because Bitcoin is very, very volatile. Right? It's just go priced in dollars. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. So it can be very, very disconcerting for you to watch your wealth priced in dollars. Focus on the Bitcoin because Bitcoin's trend is up. It might get replaced by something else, but the thing is, Bitcoin will always still be here because it can't go away. The way it's designed, it just cannot go away. So some Bitcoin will always be here. So keep an eye on the price in Bitcoins, not in the price of dollars, because Bitcoin's trajectory is still all the way up, all the way up. And so eventually, when Bitcoin rolls back down, it's gonna, maybe in 2 years or maybe in a year, right? It's gonna roll back up and make new highs, right? So you just have to ride it out, let it go, just focus on getting more Bitcoins. Next thing you need to do, next few things you need to do is actually just work on this 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. Look for the coins that that you can draw your fibs and set your buy orders, and buy a couple of coins here and there. I mean, not right away. Just what you're going to do is obviously set your fib and hit the buy level at the 61.8 or 78.6. Or you can bottom fish and hit the bottom, see if you can get something at the bottom where the last bottom was, and move on, right? Just keep doing that. Just keep looking, drawing your fibs, setting your buy orders, drawing your fibs, setting your buy orders. Every 20 minutes, go through a couple coins and find some. And finally, guys, just have fun, because I have fun with this all the time. I enjoy looking for coins because you know what? Eventually they're gonna start paying off, right? I set some buy orders, just set it, forget it, and all of a sudden, once my buy order comes in, I set my sell order, and boom, I set my sell order and forget it, and then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, oh my God, I sold half. Oh my God, I sold half of that. Oh my God, I sold half of that. And I'm making money hand over fist, and it's lots of fun. I mean, I really feel great about this. I mean, you just don't understand how well this is done for me. I mean, let me show you my last chart here. Let's see here. Need to refresh the screen? No, okay, there we go. So, I mean, I've sold 50 Bitcoins. I took the 50 Bitcoins and spent it on stuff that I wanted, and it just went up. I took another 20 Bitcoins and spent it on stuff, and it's still going up like crazy. Don't understand, this is not typical. Usually around this time, the market is actually going down, but this time, because Bitcoin is going up, I think everybody's buying alt currencies because they see Bitcoin's price too high, so they're like, oh no, I don't want to pay for that. I'm going to buy this. It's a lot cheaper. It's only 2 cents. Well, they're buying its tops, not you. You're not buying any tops. You're going to wait for your level, and so that you can buy at the bottom and sell to those people coming in at the top. So, well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing it in a different format going forward, because the issue that I had was why I couldn't do the videos is because of creative differences with the rational investor. They had some concerns, and we talked it out today. Everything worked out fine. They're going to do what we're going to go do moving forward is they're going to do little old lady videos for people, for me, and I'm going to focus on my core project, which is a software product that helps you reduce the exchange risk that we're doing this cryptocurrency what's it called? Sorry, little old lady method of investing.